Alright, now that we saved our game, let's go track down Constantine. And let me see if there's anything to loot down here at the dock. Yep, there we go. Oh, obsidian. That's what we need to put lockpicking on a chest piece. That's what we were missing all through last time. Let's go over here. Grab this. If I didn't say it previously, these boxes, like the random boxes, not the chests or anything, they do restock themselves. I don't know what the period of time that has to go by for them to restock is. I don't know if it's specific to you completing like main story quests or something along those lines, but they do restock themselves, so just keep an eye out for them when you do come back to the cities later on in the game. After you've like completely looted all the boxes in a city, you can come back and they will show up again. Again, I don't know exactly what the oh, hold on.
Atuoi. Sien sradi dau quint.
Что?
Da dagudach me in.
Да?
Attention, soldier.
Oh, look
Let
at me,
me
boy.
pass. I must see the chief of your village. Whatever could be so funny.
Now, who would you be to seek an audience with the governor?
I am Siora, daughter of Bladnid. My mother is Amal, the chief of our clan. I am here as an emissary of my people, and I must see your chief, your governor.
And so you are a princess, then?
A what?
Let her pass! Your
Yeah,
Majesty,
the princess is
I
coming
shall
with
present
me.
you to the governor. Come.
Let's go.
Princess, Majesty, you are most confusing. But thank you for your help.
Alright, let's go ahead and drop Kurt. We'll keep Vasco and Siora. Head inside the palace. Great environments in this game. Great environments.
There you are, dear cousin. What is this? Who is this amazing person in your company?
She's my
I am
girlfriend. Hands
Siora,
off.
daughter of Bladnid, daughter of Meb. My mother is the Mal, the chief of our clan.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, Siora. This is incredible. You look so much alike you could be related. If you would allow me, Princess, I would like to confer a mission to my cousin. You need to visit the governors of the bridge and Teleme to give them my formal regards, that sort of thing, but also to discover what they've managed to learn. They've been here much longer than we have. Perhaps they've made some inroads to finding a cure for the Malachor.
Forgive me, Mal, but I have a request for you. My people needs your help.
I thought we might discuss matters together at leisure, but please,
In my chambers.
speak your piece.
The Lions, the Bridge Alliance and my people are at war. My mother has sent me to you in search of allies. I fear that without your help, our clan will suffer great horrors. We have already lost so many souls.
This seems a sensible request. You know, though, we cannot go to war with our neighbors.
Perhaps there is a way to negotiate a ceasefire. The time to see things more clearly.
Excellent idea. I would be completely lost without you. Go and parley with, the Queen, dear cousin. Try and put an end to confrontations for the time being.
I will come with you. It will take more than one person to convince my mother to lay down our weapons.
Perfect. Take Kurt along with you and anyone you feel useful. I've been told that the roads are not safe. Safe travels, dear cousin. And watch out for yourself. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you.
Alright. Before you do too much in the game, oops, let's talk to this guy.
Thank you for coming. I know
He's going to
that
give
you're
us a
very
couple cool
busy,
side quests.
but I need your help.
I'm listening, sir.
This island is vast, and we only know a tiny part of it. As you know, your uncle has asked me to draw maps to facilitate the merchant's travels. Alas, I'm slightly too old to be roaming the paths, setting up camps here and there. So I'd appreciate it if, as you travel, you mark the places you deem to be safe on your map.
Very well. I will take care of it, Professor.
Excellent. I knew I could count on you. One more thing. Do you remember that gigantic creature that you defeated in Serene? Bringing a
how could I
specimen to
forget?
the city was obviously not a good idea. An accident
You
was
think?
inevitable. But according to my sources, there are others of them on this island, and your uncle wishes to know more about them. I know that a scholar of the Alliance, Professor Serafedin, has also taken an interest in these creatures. I tried to contact him, but apparently he disappeared during an expedition to study them. Naturally, I cannot ask you to rummage through the entire island looking for him, but if you can find any trace of him, his studies on these giant creatures could be immensely useful.
Very well. If I find anything out, I'll let you know.
The road to knowledge is long and difficult, but this is the price of wisdom, de Sade.
All right. Anyways, what I was going to say was that I highly suggest you head to a city called Hikmet. That is the Bridge Alliance main city first, because there is a vendor there that more often than not will sell you a chest piece with +1 science on it, and that's going to come in pretty handy. You do have a residence in each main city. Your accommodation, so to speak. It's marked by this campfire inside each city. And when you it's marked by a door, but there's a campfire right next to it in each city, I suppose. You head inside. There's a bed you can sleep at. There's a fast travel point. You've got a crafting table here. You can use the workbench to craft some things. We are eventually going to probably wind up crafting a bunch of... where are they at? Magic potions with science level 1. See? Very helpful. And ammo, which is going to require science level 2, which we will deal with a little bit later. But that's that. Head out of here real quick. There are some things to loot. There are going to be chests that you run into in the game like this one that have a high lockpicking level that you'll just have to access later in the game. So you may want to make a note of them when you run across them in the world. We're going to head over here, do some looting. So the stuff that we're pulling out of the chests are crafting items as well as just normal stuff like ammo and gold. If we go to here, you see we pulled out hawthorn. This kind of stuff is used for crafting various potions in the game. The obsidian and crude iron ore, as you can imagine, are used for crafting modifications to your armor and your weapons, and also making ammo, as you saw when we were looking at the crafting menu. We are going to go explore. Let's see. Where is the... We're going to head over here, pick up a quest, and then go out to Hikmet real quick. We'll come back here, but I always like to go pick up that chest piece early on, just to get it out of the way. And we'll go talk with this guy.
Atuoi! Can you help me? Bertir Tumad on Olmenawi. Why are you dressed like this?
Hello. I'm not one of your people. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation.
A legate? Is that someone important?
Indeed. I'm in charge of diplomatic relationships with other nations.
So you'll be able to help me. My chief sent me to trade some items with your village, but there are these Bod Irony who do not want me to set up shop here.
These what?
Bod Irony, the Ironbacks, the warriors who protect this village. Every time I come, they take my items without giving me anything in exchange. Please, I don't understand how things work here.
Very well. Stay here. I'll try to clear this up.
Adlo Redar on Olmenawi. May the earth always be sturdy under your footsteps.
Alright, so everybody you interact with who's a native mistakes you for being one of them. Specifically because it's very difficult to see in here, but if we look at Siora, and we can't quite see her from the right angle. If you look at the side of her face that you see right here, it looks like she has this weird growth on the side of her face. Well, you, the main character, also have that on the side of your face. I just happen to have a beard, so you can't see it on the side of my face. So that's why everybody that we interact with is going to wind up saying, what? Why are you dressed so funny? Why are you, not like, dressed in native clothing and blah, blah, blah. It's because they're mistaking you for one of the natives being dressed up like one of the quote-unquote invaders. So that's what he was talking about when he called you an Own al-Manawi or something along those lines. Later on, you'll get to know the native tongue and understand what they're talking about when they refer to various things. Alright, we're going to come out here. Take a quick look around. I know behind her there is a chest. There we go. Good stuff in that one. Actually, we probably want to keep this on as we look for stuff because we'll get better loot. There's nothing over here. I don't even know that I want to go out there yet. So there is a concept of fast travel.
Greetings. My caravan
Using
goes through all the
caravans.
cities, and the journey is safe. So, where would you like to go?
Hikmet. So there are two main cities in the game, Hikmet, New Serene, and San Mateus.
To Hikmet, please.
is where the Bridge Alliance is at. So we're asking her to take us there. But apparently she drives really slow. There we go. What was she doing underneath the carriage there? That was a little odd. Alright, let's see. The governor's palace is to the north, so we shall go to the north.
Halt! What's your destination, my lord?
Just into town. I am an emissary of the congregation and I'm here to discuss matters with your governor. Why the checkpoint?
We've got orders to verify all comings and goings. The roads are becoming dangerous. Do you have anything particular to report?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well then, good travels, my lord.
Actually, let's test something.
But what are you doing there?
I'm hunting. I'm waiting for a rabbit to stumble into my traps.
I'm hunting rabbits.
Rabbit hunting? Within a stone's throw of an outpost? You take me for a fool. What are you really doing here?
I'm keeping watch. Please, you could pass for a tribe, brother. Do not tell the guards. I beg you.
So, when I say we want to try something, there's a scenario in which you run across him first before you talk to the guard, and then if you don't tell the guard about him, you get +1 reputation. So, let's see if we can load the autosave for this zone and try that. Reputation with the natives is fairly important. There are some decisions you're going to make that aren't going to make them too happy. So if we go around here and interact with him first.
But what are you doing there?
I'm
hunting rabbits. Come on.
I'm waiting for a rabbit to stumble into my traps.
Quiet.
Rabbit hunting?
Rabbits.
Within a stone's throw of an outpost? You take me for a fool. What are you really doing here?
I'm keeping watch.
Willy hunting
Please, you could pass for a tribe, brother. Do not tell the guards. I beg you.
So now if we go down here and we talk to the guards, I think we get +1 reputation with the natives if we don't rat them out.
Halt! What's your destination, my lord?
Just into town. I am an emissary of
Yeah,
the
we saw that.
Why the checkpoint?
We've got orders to verify all comings. Do you have
So he's
anything
going to ask you if you
particular
have anything
to report?
to report, and then you get the option to not rat the scout out. So we'll say we won't
Nothing
mention
out of
him.
the ordinary.
Well then, good travels, my lord.
And there you get +1 reputation with the natives. So just an easy way to get a little bit extra reputation early on. Alright, before we go anywhere, we just want to head into town. There's all kinds of stuff to do out here. The exploration opportunities in this game are just awesome. There's some things that are a little bit annoying with exploration, but ultimately, there's definitely a lot to look at, a lot to see, a lot to do. Alright, so throughout the world, you find these campsites, kind of reminiscent of, again, what you would have found in Dragon Age Inquisition when you're out in the various zones. Well, the campsites allow you to assemble your companions and change out team members. You can sleep to move time ahead a little bit. You can also access a chest that you can store things in. This is also available from your house in each one of the main cities, and you also have a crafting table here. So, very common concepts that you would be familiar with if you're a DAI fan. Which, if you're on the channel, there's probably a high probability that you are. We'll head down through here. The ships. Bah. And I think they're going to get a little annoyed if we try to bring Siora in the city.
Halt! Your names, titles, and business at hand.
Sir de Sardet, emissary of the Congregation of Merchants on Tier Fredi. I have come to present my regards to your governor.
Your papers seem to be in order. Welcome to Hikmet, Your Excellency.
Yeah, nice. Okay, there is a vendor right by the door, and I think she should have a
Your
chest with science
Excellency,
on it.
welcome. You will not and always.
Yes, yes, yes. And buy, and armor, and chest. If we go down here, I think it's the alchemist's outfit. Yes, +1 science. Let's see what else she's got. Yeah, and you don't really need, you're not going to run around wearing this. I mean, I suppose you could, but it's really just to get you past those checks where you have to do a skill check and you need science. So that's what we're going to grab it for, just that we have one. Crafting something with +1 science on it requires a ruby, and for whatever reason, rubies can be strangely difficult to come across in the game. So that's why we figure we'll just pick that one up there. Let's see if there's anything else floating in here. Yeah, we're good.
Thanks for your visit.
Well, I don't want to wear the thing. Alright. Now that we have that, let's see. Our residence should be pretty close.
Come closer. Come closer.
I felt like in this city, I think they put you pretty close to the palace. Yeah, right here. So here's your chest inside your house. We pop this up and go into our inventory, and we're going to dump some stuff in our chest just to get it out of our inventory so it's not wearing us down, or weighing us down rather. The sailor's coat we'll keep, alchemist outfit we'll keep. We'll throw these in there. Can't wear those. These are better, but they don't have craftsmanship on it, but we don't need craftsmanship right now. These are slightly better. Alright. Let's swap some stuff here. Throw the dueling gloves on, and we'll throw... Oh, we can't wear the old Serene boots because they require endurance. Well. Shitfire. We'll toss those in there. Alright. Again, once you stuff that stuff in your chest, you can always access it again at one of your residences or at a camp. So we're going to head back to New Serene and go back to the East Road. This should drop us at the fast travel merchant. Or the caravan merchant. So as you travel using the world map, from zone to zone, you will get this kind of midway stop-off point, which is like this little camp where you have access to a crafting table, you can talk to your companions, you can access your chest, you can rest, you can interact with your merchant here, sell some stuff, buy some stuff, all kinds of good stuff to be done at the kind of in-between camp. We're actually going to talk with Vasco. What does Vasco want? I forget. Let's chat with Vasco.
Desarde, I have a favor to ask.
Very well. I'm listening.
Do you remember the story of Jonah?
Of course.
Well, I'm like him.
Yeah, there we go.
A donation to the sea. My family also gave me to the Nauts. I don't know anything about my real family, except that they are probably affluent and from the congregation. When I was born, the Nauts and the merchant princes had a complex relationship. I must have been used to settle a debt or forge a truce, but that doesn't matter. The mystery of my origins has now become an obsession. I need to know where I come from. If I were patient enough, I'd wait to become a fleet commander, and then I would be told. But since being laid off, such a promotion seems somewhat improbable.
And you want me to help you find this information?
You understand correctly. The records of all seamen stationed on the island are in their respective ports. Mine must be in the harbor office in New Serene, and it must contain my family name. But if I go there, I'd be spotted right away. Could you go there and bring the file to me?
Of course. But you will have to come with me to the port and tell me a little more.
Right. Also, I don't want any Nauts to be hurt in the process. Despite my desire to know my origins, the Nauts are still my family.
Don't worry. We'll be discreet.
Alright, Kurt's already, or Vasco's already with us, so we don't have to really do anything with the team. We will talk to Kurt later. And you can always go to your residence if you want to talk to one of your companions if they're not in your party with them and chat them up. Alright, where did it dump us? Wow, it dumped us all the way out here. Alright, well, let's go do some quick exploring. Do we have our... Yes, we do have the Discoverer's hat on, which will give me the ability to show you this. So you can see the little sparklies coming up off of that stump right there. If we take our Discoverer's hat off, you can see that the sparklies go away. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't loot it if you get close to it, but without some degree of intuition, you cannot see gatherables in the game. I am not incredibly crazy about that mechanic, but I suppose it is what it is. Yeah. I wish that wasn't the case. But since they give you a free hat, it's really not that big of a deal. The one thing that it's still difficult to see is gathering nodes that are on like a wall. So occasionally there's like ore that you can pick up off, you can mine off of like a wall, but it's really, really difficult to see. And by really difficult to see, I mean sometimes you can walk right past it. I think there should be some up in here. If we run across some, I'll point it out real quick. There's none up in here. There it is. So, I mean, it's right in front of us, but I mean, it's really, really hard to see. This stuff blends in really, really well with the environment, and Yeah, so mining ore can be a bit challenging, so just keep that in mind if you're doing crafting, or a lot of crafting where it requires a lot of ore. It can be difficult to come across. If you find a good spot where you find a few nodes real close together, there is one near town, it may be worth like resting for a day or two. I think it takes like 24 hours, 48 hours for that stuff to respawn. And then you can just go back and remine it. So we'll go up here. There's another node. And if you have Vigor, I think it's Vigor 1. Oh, Vigor 2. Okay. If you have Vigor 2, you can jump across. So let's talk about something you can do. If you're ever in an area where you need to do a skill check and you literally don't have the ability to, you don't have the points in the skill and you're still interested in finding out if something, you know, what's over there? What is that? I can see that there's something over there to mine, but is there like the best gear ever in a chest over there? I really want to know. If you go into your inventory, we talked about memory crystals before. You can always save your game and then reset your skills and spend the points in whatever you need to spend them in. And see, we have 1 in accuracy, 1 in mental power, talents. At level 5, you wind up with your second point, so we would have technically 2 points available. We could remove them from whatever we put them in and put 2 points in vigor, and then we could, you know, try to jump across the bridge or the gap there and check that out. It's nothing game-changing that's over there, but that's a strategy you can use to do some further exploration. If you get to an area and it looks like, oh, I really want to see what's in there, you can always just save, reset your stuff, and check it out, and then make a note of it for later on your map that you want to come back. So, speaking of maps, there are, you saw me pop into this just once or twice before, but there are really nice zone maps that show up, and you can zoom pretty deep into them and kind of see a good bit of detail of what's going on. So that's a really nice part of the game. All right, let's head down. Through here. And then where did we not go? All right, let's go left. Oh, turkey. Turkey, turkey, turkey. Oh, turkey, 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 turkey. Dead turkey. So it's really funny that, I don't know if it's going to happen. I think they may have patched it. But the turkeys used to die, and they would die like scarecrows. Their wings would be straight out from their body, and they would be standing up, and then throughout the entire playthrough, as you ran down the road, there would just be like these turkey statues that you had killed previously, just standing in the middle of the field, in the middle of the road, whatever, and you just run past them every time. They'd just be standing there like, I'm dead, don't worry about me. Alright, we'll head up here. Is this... I don't think so. Yeah, we've been up here. Alright. Alright, so, and this you're seeing is one of the small complaints I have about the game is the invisible walls that you run into, like this, where it's like, oh, I could probably get back there. There's obviously nothing back there, but it kind of looks like you should be able to get back there, but you just can't. I don't know what that's about, but slight annoyance. You know, if you can't find huge things to complain about the little things, right? Lockpicking level 2, which we do not have, but we have lockpicking level 1. Kurt, you dastardly dog, you're gonna put that on for us. We are gonna put your gear on. And now we have lockpicking level 2 because we have 1 point ourselves, 1 point from Kurt's gear. We can open the chest.